Oscar winner Marlee Matlin leads an incredible cast in this fantastic new film called CODA, about a deaf family with a hearing daughter who have to navigate the waters, both literally and figuratively, of Gloucester, Massachusetts. And I'm going to let you know what I thought about this one next. Hey everyone, it's the Outlaw John Rocha here with a brand new review for a film called CODA. It's out now on Apple TV for you to watch. This one I'm going to get into in just a second, but first I want to remind you all to please subscribe to the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you know when we're dropping all the new content that we do here on the Outlaw Nation channel. Also, head on over to Twitch, the Outlaw Nation, all one word there, on Twitch. Come and see all the play-alongs and watch-alongs I do there on Twitch. And head on over to my Patreon, patreon.com/John Rocha, patreon.com/John Rocha. So much going on there. Hangouts, watch-alongs with the crew there in the Outlaw Nation. The Discord is hopping. It's a great place to be. All right, let's talk about this brand new film, CODA.
There are plenty of pretty voices with nothing to say. Do you have something to say?
All right, this film comes to us from writer-director Sian Heder. Her previous theatrical feature was 2016's Tallulah, which starred Elliot Page and Allison Janney. You know them from Juno as well. And she's also directed episodes of television from such shows as Little America, Orange is the New Black, and Glow, amongst others. Also, the film itself, CODA, is a remake of a French film, a 2014 French film called La Famille Bélier. I hope I'm saying that right. Directed by Eric Lardigau, and both films are being compared to a film from 1996, a German film called Beyond Silence, so some similarities in the narratives there overall. As I said, the film is about a hearing daughter. Her name is Ruby Rossi. She's the only hearing member of a deaf family in Gloucester, Massachusetts. At 17, she works mornings before school to help her parents and her brother keep their fishing business afloat, but in joining her high school's choir, this is where Ruby finds herself drawn to both her duet partner and her latent passion for singing. That's a synopsis. So basically, that's what this film focuses on. It's not a coming-of-age movie. It's a more about embracing your life movie. Are you going to take that step to separate from your family, go out on your own, find your own voice, stand on your own 2 feet? Or are you going to be stuck with the family, being their interpreter, working in the fishing business, and putting your dreams to bed, maybe meeting some dude from Gloucester, Massachusetts, and marrying him as well? So she struggles with this throughout the whole movie, and I think Emilia Jones, who plays Ruby Rossi, does an incredible job. And speaking of Emilia Jones, we should talk about the rest of the cast as well. Marlee Matlin in here as Jackie Rossi. That's her mom. Troy Kotsur as Frank Rossi, and also Daniel Durant in here as Leo Rossi, another deaf actor, and Daniel Durant's fantastic in this movie as her brother. Eugenio Derbez is a charm, is a treasure, is a joy to watch on screen. He's in here as Bernardo Villalobos, who is the choir teacher who works with Ruby. You know, to me, it's mind-blowing that Eugenio Derbez is not a more well-known name in this country with these films. He should be popping up in so many films that are made here in America that it's insane to me that he doesn't. Anything that you see any other Latino actor do, Eugenio Derbez can do. Comedy, drama, action, in-depth, poignant stories. He is so talented, and he should work more. And certainly if you watch him in this film, offers should be pouring in to get him to be a part of your movie. And if they're not, you all are doing it wrong. So much love to Eugenio. Amy Forsyth is great in here as Gertie. She is the best friend of Ruby Rossi. They have some interesting conversations throughout the movie about where she's at in her life and what decisions she wants to make in her life as well. And Ferdia Walsh-Peelo plays Miles. That's the love interest in the movie, who works with Ruby on a duet in the choir class. She has feelings for him, and that's what inspires her to join choir, and that kind of opens the door to all these things in her life. Let's get into some of the things that I liked about the movie. Certainly the acting here is fantastic. Emilia Jones, who some of you may know from Lock and Key on Netflix, she is stellar in this movie. Just a natural ability to what she's doing. You immediately connect to her right off the bat. You know, she's strong, she's sarcastic, she's funny, she's sensitive, she's got a real love for her family. But also, when you see her singing, Emilia does a fantastic job of showing you the love, the passion she has for singing, and how it changes her when she's singing. You see her almost drift away from the pain of her life. And by the pain, I mean the pressure and the stress of constantly being the only hearing person in the family, in the deaf family, the pressure that comes, which we find out later on how much that pressure affects her. And by the way, the title of the film. CODA stands for Child of Deaf Adults. As I said, Eugenio Derbez, a treasure. His comedic timing is stellar, and his genuine compassion for his students throughout the movie really comes through. Just incredible work from him. Plus, the costume designer deserves a lot of love for the clothes Eugenio Derbez wears in the movie. I think across the board, everybody in this film, in terms of acting, does a really great job of giving you the feeling of the environment of Gloucester, Massachusetts. There are some really great scenes in this film as well that just will stay in your mind for quite some time after you watch it. When Ruby explains to Eugenio Derbez's Mr. Villalobos what music, what singing does to her, where it takes her. She does it in a nonverbal way that is just so perfect. And you feel it. Also, the scene where the parents are having the awkward sex talk with Miles and Ruby is hilarious, awkward, and just absolutely perfect. One of the aspects of the parents I think is stellar is this very strong sex drive between the father and the mother. It's so hilarious the way it's just there between Marlee Matlin and Troy Kotsur, their characters. I mean, they're constantly looking for moments to have sex, but it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel weird. It actually feels very organic and natural, and I think it works so well. And there's a great moment in this movie. I'm not going to tell you where it happens or when it happens, but there's a great moment in this movie when Sian Heder, as the director, turns the sound off completely in the movie, so you can experience a really critical moment as Ruby's parents might experience it, as a deaf person might experience it, and when that happens, it's like the perfect moment for that to happen in the movie. And I thought that was a brilliant move by Sian Heder. Also, there's a scene with Ruby and her dad on the flatbed of a truck that I think will stay with you for a long time. And if you don't have a lump in your throat by the end of that scene, then I think you need to check your heart doctor to find out if you've got one inside your chest or not. Also, I want to say the other thing that I really love about this movie is the heart at the center of it. It is just there pulsating throughout. This family is a very tight-knit family. There are divisions, there are conflicts, there's sibling strife between Leo and Ruby, between the brother and sister here, that kind of carries throughout the movie and is undeniable and to be expected and universal, right? No matter how great or not great your family is, sibling strife is always there as an element overall of the family. I also think the message of this movie, to embrace your dreams, to step forward powerfully, to go and take chances and see if they work out, and fight back against the people who would deny you a living or deny you your dreams, I think is a really powerful message to send nowadays as well, which I really enjoy. Some of the things I didn't like about the movie, things I could maybe ding about the movie, is there's a decision made by the family about an hour into the movie, a little bit over an hour into the movie, about what they're going to do with their business next. And I just feel it kind of works out a little too easily for them when it should, when I would have liked to have seen a little more conflict. Also, there's some certain issues that are presented. As I mentioned, the sibling rivalry that's happening here, or the sibling issues that are happening here between Leo and Ruby, the lingering tension there doesn't really get dealt with or come to a conclusion that makes sense, because we're presented with a pretty brutal back and forth between her and Leo, where Leo says something really strongly about her and her existence, and then a few minutes later everything seems to be fine. So it just felt like an odd decision to make, to not have that other scene where they actually talk that out and figure it out. I would like to have seen that. Also, Marlee Matlin's Jackie kind of states that she has problems with the hearing ladies in town, and that is presented and hinted at when she gets around the hearing ladies in town in a couple of the scenes, but there is no conversation about it afterwards. There is no real kind of closure about it afterwards, other than one scene, but it's not even addressed. So I think it's just really weird how that kind of happens. And I get it, you want to have a feel-good situation, but I also think it's good to have that extra scene of closure that leads organically to the feel-good moments at the end. Also, we get a glimpse of something happening between Gertie, that's Ruby's best friend, and Leo, Ruby's brother, but it's never really touched upon again after they have a certain moment together with each other where they're making out. There isn't more of that relationship explored in the movie. And this is a 2-hour movie, so, I'm asking for extra scenes, but I think maybe there could have been other scenes that felt a little somewhat repetitive that could have been moved out to make room for these other scenes, so that some of these relationships and relationship journeys in the movie could have been fleshed out and deepened just a little bit more. But it takes nothing away from the overall effect of the movie. I give this movie 4 stars. Absolutely. It's a stellar film that you will enjoy. Your family will enjoy. As long as you've had, the sex talk with your family, they will enjoy this thing. And you'll really come away just impressed by all the actors in this movie and impressed by the director, Sian Heder. I mean, Sian Heder, after this movie, I hope there are offers pouring in for her left and right to direct a number of these films, because I think she's perfect in terms of the connections between the actors. And from what I understand from some other interviews, she did a lot of work with the deaf community before taking on this film and during the filming of this movie as well, making sure there were people on set to be able to translate and navigate and help in understanding all these situations and these interactions with hearing and deaf actors as she created this fantastic film. It's on Apple TV now. Watch this thing, enjoy it, have some fun with it. All right, let me know what you thought of this movie and this review in the comments section below. Remember to hit a like on this video. That's that thumbs up button, and share it on your social media. When you share it on your social media, you're telling your friends and family that the Outlaw Nation channel is a place to come and enjoy some great content. And speaking of the channel, please remember to head on down there and hit that subscribe button as well, and that bell button, which lets you know when we're dropping all the new content that we do here on the Outlaw Nation channel. Head on over to Twitch as well. Follow me there, The Outlaw Nation. Follow or subscribe to me there on Twitch, The Outlaw Nation. And head on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/John Rocha, to support what we're doing here on the Outlaw Nation channel. If you're enjoying the reviews, enjoying the trailer reactions, enjoying the live shows, enjoying all the stuff we're doing, the pre-produced videos, the interviews, all the stuff we're doing here on the Outlaw Nation, come and support us there on the Patreon so we can keep going and doing the things that we're doing here on the outlet. That is there, patreon.com/John Rocha, patreon.com/John Rocha. All right, be well, take care of yourselves. Remember to follow me at the Outlaw Nation on Twitter and on Instagram, and my other podcasts, the Top 10, the Cinephiles, and the Geek Buddies. Go and subscribe to all of them wherever you download podcasts as well. We'll talk to you next time with a brand new review here from the Outlaw Nation.
I've never done anything without my family before.
La, la.